Hey everybody, it's Suzanne Jeffries and I'm back. I'm going to record a webinar on exactly how to use MyFitnessPal to track our nutrients, especially our grams of sugar. This will really help you stay compliant and focused on your daily eating habits as you go through the 21-day flat belly challenge. I'm excited. On day 2, we're already talking about how to track so that we can really keep track of what we're actually doing so we can see the results. We can see what works, because if we don't measure results, it's really hard to see if we're going to be getting any benefits down the road. So this is super simple. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen so that you can see exactly how to do it. Now, I'll be showing you how to do this on myfitnesspal.com, as you can see. And this is also something you can do on your MyFitnessPal app, of course. So on myfitnesspal.com, both levels, I highly recommend only using the free level, not paying for the paid level, because it's really nothing that you need, at least for our experience. Our goal is to really just count our grams of sugar for this 21-day experience, but you can count more nutrients as well if you want. Now, when you set up your MyFitnessPal, first of all, you do need to set up your goals. So you're going to go here and click on what your nutritional goals are. My goals are to have about 1,400 calories a day because I work out quite a bit. You'll notice that there are some places that there are yellow padlocks, customized daily goals. See the yellow padlock? That means that you only get that level of service with the paid version. Okay, so don't worry about that. Micronutrients I could set also. Macronutrients are things like carbohydrates, fats, proteins. Micronutrients are things like vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, sodium, and things of that nature. So again, you could track those, but let's just keep this really simple. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to food. And let's see. All right, my computer is thinking. And in the beginning, you're going to be entering the foods that you ate each day. Now, you can do that either right after each meal, or you can also do that at the end of the day. It just depends on what you want to do. So yesterday, I already tracked my food. I'll show you what it looks like. Let's see if it'll pop right back. Because usually I like to do it throughout the day, but today I'm going to do it at the end of the day. So yesterday I started with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then I had a snack. And it's really important when we're tracking our food that we use accurate portion sizes, okay? So I had a shake in the morning with 1 scoop of the Shaklee grass-fed whey protein and 1 scoop of the plain and simple protein. Now you'll see the 1 scoop of the whey protein only has 1 gram of sugar.
Don't forget to take time.
Okay, I won't. My husband Bob going to work. And you can see that the Life Shake, which is vegan, has 0 sugar. So that's kind of great, and lots of proteins. Protein's really important for building muscles and energy and for helping the whole body work well. So that's good news. I use unsweetened cashew milk with my shakes. I prefer not to use dairy because dairy makes me very bloated and kind of mucousy, but also because it has a lot of sugars in it. I always add some vegetables. I like frozen spinach. And then before I even have my shake in the morning, I have a little concoction with a tablespoon of chia seeds, some apple cider vinegar, so that I can kind of alkaline my body in the morning. And I also have coffee. So you can see those are all the things that I had. Now let's say, so you can see for breakfast, including my coffee and everything, it was 6 grams of sugar. Great. Lunch, I had half a medium avocado. I had 3 cups of organic spring greens. I love those. 1/4 cup of almonds. I had a Shaklee 180 energizing tea, pomegranate, which is delicious. 1 plum tomato, and half of a green pepper, all in a salad. And look, that was only 8 grams of sugar. Now, another macronutrients, you could see the calories, you can see the carbs, you can see the fat, etc. But really, I'm just focusing on sugar for the purpose of our conversation. For dinner, I had one of my husband's famous martinis with raspberry vodka. I also had a ground turkey patty. I had some more salad. And I like to make a dressing with a combination of apple cider vinegar and a little mustard. It looks like I didn't put the mustard on here, so I'll need to add that later. I also, in my martini, I had some frozen blueberries and some frozen strawberries because it makes it very fruity. And then I have bubbly water and I make it last. So you can see here, we go back up to the top, see all the way to the right, that's a column with sugar. You can see for dinner, I had a total of about 7 sugars. And then I had a snack later. I had 1 scoop of the Life Shake vanilla, about 2/3 of a scoop of the plain and simple, and I mixed it with coffee. That actually was a snack earlier in the day between lunch and dinner. That's typically when I have my snacks. So all that to say, I didn't have to know exactly how many grams of sugar were in each item. I just had to accurately enter each food, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. Now here, it's real important we take a look at the totals. See, it says totals and then daily goals and remaining. Your daily goals, these are not my daily goals. This is what MyFitnessPal assigned me. They are not what I am personally shooting for, so it's important for you to know that. For me, my goal is to do 35 grams of sugar or less a day. Most of us are shooting for 50, but for me, I'm looking to do a little bit less, 35 grams a day. And you can see that I did 26 grams. Now, MyFitnessPal would have had me do 45, which is still well within our protocol, but I'm personally shooting for a different number. So just know that your daily goals here, as per MyFitnessPal, are not necessarily what you're actually going to be going for. You can change those daily goals. I believe you have to use the paid version for that. Okay. So it says, is every day we're like today, I'd weigh 119.2 pounds in 5 weeks. I'm not really looking to do that. I want to add more muscle and shed some fat and some inflammation. So that's kind of interesting. I can also, of course, add up my water, and I drink a ton of water. So I do about 14 cups a day, 18 cups a day. I do a lot of water. And water is important because that helps our body release toxins and it hydrates and helps make everything work well. So that's what it looks like when you've tracked for one day. But let's say today, how do I actually add those foods in? Oh no. It actually says site temporarily down for maintenance. With luck. Oh my goodness, that's actually hilarious. Here we go. We're back. So I did not add anything yet today. I'll show you how to do that. For breakfast, well, I had you can see there's all kinds of foods already here in my food database. That's because I've added these foods before. Once you add a particular food, MyFitnessPal will save it for you. So that's why it's really great. Once you've done this for 3 or 4 days, it's much quicker because much of what you've eaten before is already in there. So yes, I had about 2.5 cups of coffee. I had before that my apple cider vinegar. I had about 1/2 cup of frozen spinach in my shake. I made it with unsweetened cashew milk. And I usually use about 1 1/3 cups of cashew milk. And you can set that. Let's say if I only used 1/3 or 1 cup, excuse me, you just type in what you did there. And that's all good. I had 1/2 of a 2-scoop serving of the Shaklee Life Shake, the vanilla. So I'll click that. And I had 1/2 of a 2-scoop serving of plain and simple. So why does it say 2-scoop serving? Because that's what Shaklee recommends. So I only had 1/2 of that because I like to combine those. Then let's see, what else did I have for breakfast? I did have a pomegranate tea because I mixed that with my Bragg's apple cider vinegar and my chia seeds. And I like to have that before I go and teach my workout classes and then save my Life Shake for after class. That way I have less in my stomach and it just makes me feel good. Okay, so that's what I had for breakfast. Now I'm going to click add checked. And you'll notice that I didn't have to add how many grams of sugar were in there or protein or fats or carbs. MyFitnessPal is going to do that all for me. So it's kind of thinking, it's hopefully going to take us to the next page quickly. We've got some thunderstorms going on here in Southwest Florida, and that might be slowing us down just a little bit. I'm going to close and tab out, see if that helps. Okay. So you can see my breakfast included all these things that I checked in today. And look, I only had 7 grams of sugar. Awesome, because my goal personally is to do 35 grams or less. So that means I still have I only used about 25% of my calories. Not my calories, excuse me, my sugar for the morning. That's great for the day. Now, when I want to do lunch, for lunch I had a salad with tomato. I had more organic spring mix. I had about 1/2 of an avocado in there. I put some lemon juice on it. Now, I like to bake sweet potatoes and then cut them up and put them in the refrigerator, and I add those for my carbs because I don't really like to do many grains. Grains don't really agree with me very much. I used a little bit of olive oil on there, and I had a little bit of mustard because I made a dressing, but it wasn't 2 tablespoons. It was like 1/2 of a teaspoon of mustard. There's only a little bit. I had a little bit of onion in there, about 100 grams. about right. But look, if I don't know what grams are and I'm not that familiar with grams, I can go, okay, I actually had in tablespoons, because I'm more familiar with tablespoons, I probably had 2 tablespoons of onions in there. And let's see, I think that was about it. I'm going to add those into my lunch tracker and see what I missed. So I have the greens and everything. That looks good. Oh, and I had a shake with my salad for lunch. So I'm going to go back and add my shake in there, because I like to have 2 shakes a day. So, and I like to have one of my shakes, my lunch shake, with a salad. So my shake gives me my clean protein and my macros and a lot of probiotics and all kinds of good stuff. And then my veggies give me my crunch and my munch, which is really important to me. Let's see, you can see there's no shakes on this page, but when I go next down here, they're probably, oh yeah, there they are. So I had 1 scoop of plain and simple in my shake. And I also had 1 scoop of the Life Shake, the vanilla, which I'm not seeing here. So I'm just going to add it. Life Shake. And I'm going to click on search. And I need to be specific that's a Shackley Life Shake. Otherwise, lots of different brands come up, because there are lots of different brands that are already logged into the database of MyFitnessPal. Oh, look, there it is. Shackley Vanilla Life Shake. So see, it says 2 scoops right there. I'm just going to put down that I did half a 2-scoop serving, or 1 scoop, and I'll add that to my diary and to my lunch. Now I mix that with some unsweetened cashew milk, which I've already got in here somewhere. I'm going to scroll down and find that. Or better yet, I'm just going to put it up here. Cashew milk. It's already in my database, so that'll come really quickly. There it is. Unsweetened cashew milk, which I highly recommend. That was about 1 cup. Yep, that's about right. And there we go. There's my shake that I had for lunch. Let's see, that looks like everything. Oh, look, it didn't add in my plain and simple Life Shake, so I'm going to go back and add that. And let's see, scrolling down. So you can see it takes a little bit of time. Once you get used to doing this, it's pretty simple, but you can see it does take a little bit of time. So I'll say plain and simple Shackley Life Shake. And let's see if that'll bring it up. There we go. Now I only had 1 scoop of the 2-scoop recommended requirement. Why? Because remember, I'm doing 1 scoop of each so that I'm cutting the sugars in half. I don't want to have as many sugars as 2 scoops of Life Shake does, just for this time frame. So you can see that I had 14 grams of sugar for lunch, and I had 7 for breakfast. Now, where did those extra grams of sugar come from? Well, 1 scoop of vanilla Life Shake, and then also this sweet potato baked in the skin has some naturally occurring sugars. Remember, our bodies do need some sugar. The best of all sugars are from foods, from natural foods. You can see what my sodium count is and all that. So if I added nothing else today, so far, I've consumed 672 calories, 59 grams of carbohydrates, 32 grams of fat, 41 grams of protein, 1,100 grams of sodium, and 21 grams of sugar. Now remember, we're keeping it simple. We can just track sugar, and that's fine. Now that's telling me that my calories are not consumed enough for today, and that's absolutely true. I do agree with that. We need to have a minimum of 1,200 calories a day, absolute total minimum. Otherwise, our body will go into starvation mode. It whacks out our metabolism, so make sure you are getting enough calories a day. All right, so that's basically how you track. It's that easy. I have not yet tracked dinner or snacks. I'm not going to do that now because I think you get the point. When you are using the app, you'll need to download the MyFitnessPal app, and then you'll find the nutrients, how many grams of sugars at the bottom. You have to scroll down to the bottom of the screen on your phone in your food diary, and you'll find it right there. Hey, I hope this was helpful. Let me know in your comments below if this clarified a little bit on how to track, and if there's one thing you can do to help yourself succeed in your 21-day challenge and really reach your goals of cutting back on sugar, which is so toxic for our bodies. You're going to feel so good. You're going to love it. I highly recommend you track. So remember, we're only really doing 3 things here. We are making sure we eat nothing artificial at all, no artificial flavorings, preservatives, sweeteners, or coloring. We're taking our Shaklee products to make sure our supplements and our shakes every day to make sure we've got the very cleanest, pure nutrients going into our body. And then we're counting grams of sugar. Our goal is no more than 50 grams. Hey, let me know how you like this. Let me know if this is helpful. If you had an extra tip because you're an expert at tracking with MyFitnessPal, please add it in the comments below. And let's keep on keeping on. I'm so excited for everyone in this group. And I'm so pleased that we are doing this together because you know what? Together is always better. All right, everybody, be well. I'll see you soon.